السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي كان موجودا قبل حدوث الأشياء ويبقى بعد فناء الأشياء. تفرد بالأولية والقدم ووسم كل شيء ما عداه بالفناء والعدم، كما قال عز شأنه: كل شيء هالك إلا وجهه وكل نفس ذائقة الموت. وقال: كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنام سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وأذن في الناس بالحج يأتوك رجالا وعلى كل ضامر يأتين من كل فج عميق. صلوات. After Eid, immediately the next week, there is a day which we commemorate as a very sad event that happened in recent history, and that is the demolition of sacred sites in the most sacred place on earth for Muslims, and that is Medina. And everybody knows the significance of this oldest Islamic cemetery, and we have many times discussed in our khutbahs about it. But since we recently tried to raise our voice on 8th of Shawwal, but this Friday, it has a special significance in this regard. With the reference of Jannat-ul-Baqi, today is something special for this Friday. What is it? So 2 days before this Friday and 2 days after this Friday. 2 days before, it was 8th of Shawwal. And 2 days after, guess what? It's going to be 21st of April. Both are the dates, one based on solar calendar, one based on lunar calendar. 8th of Shawwal, 1344 Hijri. 21st of April, 1926. So we are in the between of these two significant dates. 8th of Shawwal, 21st of April. And of course, we remember this event on both dates. Inshallah, we have a majlis, as you know, on 21st of April as well, which is an annual commemoration of this event. How important this cemetery is, why it is so important for us to talk about it. See, first of all, Medina by itself, Medina, its original name is Yathrib, but it now is known as Medina, not from today, from the day when the Prophet migrated from Mecca and he came to Yathrib. From that day, this started being known as Medina. Why? Medina means city. So the place where you are sitting is a city. All cities are around that, millions of cities in this world. But why this city should be called a city? Actually, it's not city. It's Madinatul Rasul. The name, original name of Yathrib is the city of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To attribute this city to the Prophet, Muslims started calling it Madinatul Rasul, the city where the Prophet lives, the city of the Prophet, Madinatul Rasul. And then it started, being known as just Medina. Otherwise, Madinatul Rasul. So if the city to which the Prophet belongs will and should be named after him, after Rasulullah, not after anybody or any clan or any group, how the Hijaz should be named something else? If you want to name it after someone, it should be the country of Rasul, right? So it should be named after the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But now Hijaz, original name of this place is Hijaz. Now it is known as Saudi Arabia. Why? Because of Al Saud. They named the entire country after their own, family name. Now the entire country is Saudi Arabia. It should be Muhammadi Arabia. If first of all not Arabia, it should be something that belonged to the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or should keep the same name that it was in the time of Rasulullah. How can you change the name of entire country that Rasulullah never changed. What did Rasul call it? Hijaz. So anything that you change after Rasul, what is it called? Bid'ah. So 24 hours is bid'ah there. As soon as you say, you just call it at Saudi Arabia, it becomes bid'ah. It should be bid'ah, right? But the ulama, those who are, they are ulama, their fatwa is just for this dunya, for material gains, for their own personal interests, or their fatwas. If you go and say salam to Rasulullah and say assalamu alayka ya Rasulullah, this is bid'at. They will stop you. Don't say salam to Rasulullah. While of course you say salam in your salat on Rasulullah. But they stop you from standing there and saying assalamu alayka. I salute you, O Rasulullah. No, you cannot salute. Why? Because bid'ah. There is something that was invented after the Prophet. While everybody would say salam to Rasulullah. How you say that? No, because he is no more. In his life is fine, but he is no more. It's for you, he is no more. But for all Muslims, billions of Muslims in the world, millions of Muslims, they believe that he is there. That's why they say, Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. We believe that he is Allah's Rasul. They don't say he was Allah's Rasul. So he is. But still, bid'ah. Even if you read Fatiha, go on Baqi', there are so many good people are buried there. If you want to do Fatiha, Ziyarat for Ahlul Bayt and Fatiha for others, they stop you. What is Fatiha? You read Alhamd. No. You cannot read Alhamd. No Fatiha. It's bid'ah. Why? Why is it bid'ah? Because it's bid'ah. How dare you say this? You say, because I am the religious police here. Religious police of where? From Pakistan, India, America, where? From Saudi Arabia. I'm a Saudi. Saudi? Is this not bid'ah? You yourself is bid'ah. You call yourself Saudi. You should call yourself Hijazi. How you call yourself Saudi? So, this is the problem. And we are dealing with this. And one more problem is there that when we talk about it, although has nothing to do with politics. We're not politicians. Our demand is not a political demand. All is human rights, based on human rights and the religious rights. It is our religious right to go there and pay homage the way we want to do it, according to our fiqh, according to our belief. And nobody should stop us to do that. And no one can impose his ideology. Whatever you're thinking is haram or halal, it is you thinking. Our fiqh is different. We can offer salat according to our fiqh. The same thing, we can go and do the ziyarat according to our fiqh. And no one should stop us. But this is happening. And when we talk about it, said, see, this is a political issue. It's not political issue. Baqi is not political issue. Of course, you have heard many things about Baqi, which is, mashallah, especially in this city. You have a lot of knowledge about this issue. I want to share with you something very interesting from Quran. What I'm saying that according to Quran, based on Quranic instructions, a person who is going to go for Hajj, anyone who goes for Hajj is wajib, right? But going to Medina, apparently is not wajib. Based on fiqh, it's not wajib, not obligatory, but all Muslims go there. I don't think there is any Muslim who goes for Hajj, but he does not go to Medina for ziyarat of Rasulullah. Every Haji goes there. But why should a person who is going for Hajj is only in Mecca? There is no ritual that belongs to Medina and it's called Hajj. Unless when you are, of course, leaving Medina, you have to stop in a place and you wear your ihram. Still, it is something required when you enter Mecca, whether you're doing Hajj, doing Umrah, or just you are entering like this. You have to wear ihram. Without ihram, you cannot enter Mecca. That is the requirement. So Hajj is in Mecca. Now there is an ayat in Quran in Surah Hajj. وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordering Ibrahim alayhi salam. وَأَذِّن, adhin is from adhan, announce. Adhan means announcement. Adhin, do the announcement. Make the call. For what? Adhin linnasi bil hajj. Call them for Hajj. Let them come for Hajj. Now when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordering Ibrahim alayhi salam, first he ordered him to raise the foundations of this house, which means to build this house. And he along with Ismail alayhi salam, he built the house, which is Kaaba today. He made this Kaaba. Who? Ibrahim and Ismail, both together. They built this Kaaba. And there is ayat as well in Quran about it. After building this Kaaba, then Allah said, now it is time to call people for Hajj. Remember this. You can argue with this. Talk to anybody about it. Talk to our Muslim brothers who don't reflect in Quranic ayat. They read, of course they read, mashallah, and they read very good. But they don't think, they don't reflect. وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ. Oh Ibrahim, call people for Hajj. What is Hajj? Hajj is a set of rituals that go there and do certain things. It's called Hajj. But it is in Mecca and you have to go there. From here you cannot do Hajj. You cannot do Hajj while sitting here. You have to go there. So when Ibrahim alayhi salam announced, his announcement, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it reach to everybody in the whole world with mu'jiza. Otherwise, how he can announce? Announcement happens when people are gathered in a place. Then you can make the announcement. At the time of Ibrahim alayhi salam, how he can announce to the people? So Allah made it not only reaching everyone at that time who lived in the time of Ibrahim, but the riwayat, both sides say, فَأَسْمَعَ مَنْ فِي أَصْلَابِ الرِّجَالِ وَأَرْحَامِ النِّسَاءِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asma', Allah made this voice reach to every single human being, not just Muslims, even those who were in the aslab al-rijal, who were not born yet, arham al-nisa, if they were in the wombs of their mothers, or the upcoming generations, until the day of judgment. Everybody heard this voice. We also heard the voice. Anybody who said, labbaik Allahumma labbaik, he will get the chance to go to Hajj. This is what riwayat said. But I want to stick where? In the ayat of Quran, what Quran says. So Quran is saying, O Ibrahim, adhin fin nas, announce among people bil Hajj, for Hajj. When you announce, what will happen? Of course, people will going to come. The people who are going to come, they will say labbaik. Labbaik means, I'm here, Ya Allah. I'm here, Allahumma. They will call Allahumma labbaik. Adhin fin nas bil Hajj, then what says? Ya'tuka rijalan. When you announce, people will come to you. Ya'tuka. Why come to you? Why to Ibrahim? People are supposed to come to Allah. They're saying labbaik Allahumma. They're not saying labbaik ya Ibrahim. Any Haji who goes to Hajj, what you say? Do you say labbaik ya Ibrahim? Or do you say labbaik Allahumma? You say labbaik Allahumma. Oh Allah, I'm here. You called me. Allah is saying, you call people, ya'tuka rijalan. People will come on their feet, or وَعَلَى كُلِّ ضَامِرٍ, in various kind of fast transportations. This is also a mu'jiz from Quran. Dhamir at that time was used for very thin and fast kind of camels. Were very fast and thin. Those camels were called dhamir. But it is a symbolic and figurative word that has been used here to indicate that people are going to come min fajjin amiq, from very far distances. People are going to come from far distances on very fast and quick transportations. Allahu Akbar. And this is what's happening. But Allah is saying, ya'tukat. Here is the point. Why don't you reflect? My Muslim brothers, please. Muslim brothers, ulama, fuqaha, hafiz, qari, tell me, what ya'tuka? Astaghfirullah, is it a mistake? Is there any mistake in the Quran? No. Allah said, people will come to you, Ibrahim. You announce, you call them, and people come to you. Why to you? So it's supposed to say, ya'tuni rijalan. People will come to me. You announce, and people will come to me and saying, labbaik Allahumma labbaik. They will come to visit my house. Allah said, no. You call, they will come to visit my house, but originally they are going to come to you. Why? Because you are a Nabi and you are an Imam. Without coming to you, O Ibrahim, if anybody says, labbaik Allahumma labbaik, I'm not going to accept it. At the time of Ibrahim, in the time of every Rasul, it will change. In the time of last Prophet, any Muslim who goes to Hajj, but he does not go to Medina, this ayah indicates that his Hajj is not accepted. Why? Because the call was made for Muslims, not by Ibrahim. Did Ibrahim call you for Hajj? No. Rasulullah, our Prophet, called us for Hajj. When he called us for Hajj, so we are going for Hajj because he called us to him. Although we are going to visit Allah's house, that it is considered as going to Rasulullah. That's why any Haji, when he goes to Hajj, he does the Hajj, but also he goes to Rasulullah and say, Assalamu alayka ya Rasul. Which means a person who says, labbaik Allahumma labbaik, but he does not say, Assalamu alayka ya Rasulullah, his Hajj is not accepted. And anybody, now, we have another, proofs for that. If somebody does not say, Assalamu alaykum ya Ahl Bayt al-Nubuwah, his salutation to Rasulullah, Assalamu alayka Rasulullah, will not be accepted. And this is how, see, Hajj is connected to al-Baqi. According to Quran. Very quickly, in 3 minutes, 4 minutes, I give you another evidence from Quran. In Surah Ibrahim. As I said, please reflect. Read Quran. Think what Quran is saying. Tadabbur, tadabbur, afala yatadabbarun al-Quran am ala qulubin aqfalwa. Why they don't think? Why they don't reflect? So Ibrahim alayhi salam, it is a long ayat. رب إني أسكنت من ذريتي بواد غير ذي زرع عند بيتك المحرم. Oh Allah, I have made my family stay in a place which is a barren land with no water, with no food. I'm leaving my children here. Why leaving your children here? عند بيتك المحرم. Because your house is here. I'm leaving my children. They have no support, no water. Even there is no water. Allah made the water to flow there with mu'jiza, with miracle. Otherwise, there was no water. So Ibrahim is living in a place, barren land, no food, no water, no neighborhood, no people. So I'm leaving them here. Why? عند بيتك المحرم. Because your house is here. In the law of your house. So your house attracted me and my family to come here and stay in this house, in the neighborhood of this house. عند بيتك المحرم. Remember this. Then he says, فَاجْعَلْ أَفْئِدَةً مِنَ النَّاسِ تَهْوِي إِلَيْهِ. This is really amazing. I don't know what ulama say about it. فَاجْعَلْ. Now he is asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because he's leaving his newborn child Ismail alayhi salam, and as a lady apparently with no support, and he has to go back, leaving these two individuals, one is baby, one is mother, in such a jungle kind of, no one is there around. So he says, فَاجْعَلْ أَفْئِدَةً مِنَ النَّاسِ تَهْوِي إِلَيْهِمْ. Oh Allah, I want here to, people to come here and to establish a good, neighborhood here, a good dwelling to be established here, so that my family, they of course will not feel lonely. Let people come here. So how he is asking Allah for this? He's saying, Ya Allah, let some people tahwi ilayhim. If you know Arabic, you will understand what I'm saying. He asking Allah, oh Allah, let some people's heart to incline towards them. Ulama of Islam, scholars, why towards them? Them whom? The children of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Why he is asking that people to come to Makkah with the love of children of Ibrahim. Why he came here? He said, because the love of Allah and his house. So you should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the same thing. Oh Allah, فَاجْعَلْ أَفْئِدَةً مِنَ النَّاسِ تَهْوِي إِلَيْهِ. Let some people's heart to start loving this house and incline to this house, to come to this house as I came, my family came, and the neighborhood will establish. He is not asking Allah to let people have the love of house of Allah in order to come here. What he is asking? Oh Allah, let some people have the love of my children. So when they have the love of the children, they will come. When they will come where? Through this love, they will come to your house. He came directly to love Allah because of love of Allah, but he wants people to come to Allah's house through the love of children of Ibrahim. And children of Ibrahim, al-Dhurriyat Ibrahim, are Muhammad Ali Muhammad alayhi wasallam. And they are who are laying down in Baqi. They are the resting in Jannat-ul-Baqi. They are Dhurriyat Ibrahim, real, true Dhurriyat Ibrahim, for whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised Ibrahim to give him such progeny that they will have the same leadership that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given Ibrahim alayhi. The conclusion is this, that Quran is saying the dua of Ibrahim was that he asked Allah to some people to have the love of the progeny, Dhurriyat Ibrahim, and they are Muhammad Ali Muhammad alayhi. So that through that love of Ahlul Bayt, Dhurriyat Ibrahim, tahwi ilayhim, they can come to the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they perform the Hajj. That's why a true Haji is the one who goes to Mecca and who goes to Medina to pay homage and salam to Ahlul Baqi and Dhurriyat Ibrahim alayhi salam, to become the result of the dua of Ibrahim alayhi. If you want to be part of this dua, you have to go to Baqi first, go and say Assalamu alaikum ya Ahl al-Baqi, and Assalamu alaikum ya Ahl Bayt al-Nubuwah, and say salam to Rasulullah, Assalamu alayka ya Rasulullah, and go to Hajj and then say Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. Or you say Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik and come and say Assalamu alayka ya Rasulullah, Assalamu alaikum ya Ahl Bayt al-Nubuwah. Overall, so Baqi is not just an emotional issue. It is, but it is not only. It is logical approach for a mu'min, for a Muslim, to go and say salam and Baqi. And if he says that Baqi is destroyed, it is his obligation to raise voice for rebuilding of this holy site. And not only this, all sacred sites that have been demolished there, and raised to ground should be rebuilt, inshallah, as soon as possible. And it is our responsibility to continue raising our voice for this noble cause. Salat Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad.